In the last movie, I told you that having too much of if and else is cluttered way of writing the code. So what's the best way to write the code of having check of multiple condition or multiple situations? The best way I like is the switch in case, and honestly, whenever I have more than even 5 or 6 cases that I need to be matched, I use the switch in case and not if and else in a cluttered way. It is not at all readable. Switch in case are much more readable at that case. So how do we use a switch in case? To use the switch in case, first of all, we need a thing that we need to match for a variety of case. Like for example, there is a month number and that is being set to 9 in this particular case. Now I need something to have. Now obviously we can see that this month number is going to be evaluated for a variety of cases. Now one thing as a sidebar out here, that since this number is not being changed in entire course of my program, what I would like to have is instead of var, I would like to change it as a let, because since it is a constant as this program runs, it doesn't change the entire course of the program. So definitely having it as a let is a much better idea. Now let's try to have a switch in case condition. The switch is a keyword, all lowercase, and after that we write the thing in which we want to check for the test. Of course, I could have written directly 9 here, but that doesn't make sense. Let's say I want to change the number month of the number as 2. I have to make a change here. That is not at all a good thing. But here I can make a change and all of my entire code is going to remain the exact same. Okay. After that, you should have a pair of curly braces. Inside that you will write multiple cases. Like here I am using a case, but there is something which is really awkward out here. I could have checked like if month number is less than 9 or less than 3 or something like that. But this is one of the strength of the suite. If it allows you to have multiple range operations out here. Now this is a range operation. It says 1, 2, 3 means it says 1, 2 and 3 literally. And after that we have got 4 to 6 that says 4, 5 and 6. Now talking about the range, Swift has got two type of range, the closed range and the open range. And I will leave this as a simple exercise for you to notice me down in the comment section what each does. All you have to do, like we have got 3 dots out here for the closed range, you have to replace it with this one. The 2 dots and this opening sign of the greater than 1 or the less than, whatever you call it. So this is out here and you just have to replace it with that. Now there is going to be a very slight difference, but still I have programmed this nicely so that just replace it out here and you will automatically understand what difference does it makes. Again, if you don't make it, I'll also discuss that back again in the looping section. Okay, coming back onto the switch in case, notice we have got our first case which matches if the number is between 1 and 3 and prints you are in the first quarter of the year. Likewise for the second case, third case and fourth case. But what is this default doing? Now switch wants you to say that be specific about whatever you do. Now obviously month number cannot exceed 12, but still it is an integer. It can have million, billion, trillion values and you might want to get a check for that. And it says default is the case when none of this matches actually out there. The default case says I'll handle the rest of the things. So it just says God knows where you are right now. If you are apart from other than 12 months, that is from Jan to December, I don't know where you are lying out there. So only God knows where you are. So this is a pretty good thing out here. But notice if the number matches till 9, which is this case, it says you are in the third quarter. But a lot of languages does it differently. What it does, that you need an explicit break statement, but Swift is very intelligent about that. It says, hey, if the case is being matched, that's it. You just do whatever the case says and then just you simply want to get out onto the line number 19 directly. But let's say for some reasons you might want to say that after this line is being matched or this case is being matched, I want to run through all the cases that I have mentioned. Yes, there is an option in the Swift for that and it says fall through. Now as soon as I write the fall through, notice it matches out here and all of the cases after that are being simply printed out in this case. Again, notice the default is not going to be printed in that case also. Now there are some cases where I'll be discussing that default is not that important, but at that cases I'll be specific that the choice for the value that can be assigned to my variable are only limited. Let's talk about that later on. Right now let's just not talk about it. But also let's say you sometimes there are also situations. Let me get rid of this one, this guy out here, and this is out here. Save that. And there are some situations where in those particular cases you do not want to do anything, nothing at all, no printing at all on what you can do in the Swift to have that cases. Now in order to run those cases, you can simply say, hey, I just want to have a break here. You simply get out of that particular condition. So yes, the break keyword is out here, and our loop will, the program execution structure will jump directly out of the switch case. So pretty interesting and pretty a lot of keywords. And make sure that you keep and remember always that the switch, whenever I say switch, you should remember three things. There is a case, there is a fall through, and there is a break. It will really help you a lot.